Mark here from Mark 2.0. Brian is my co-host as always. And we want to welcome T.J. Harper in North Carolina, writer, director, editor. T.J., welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
We're thrilled. Start out by talking about your latest project and what you've been working on lately.
Okay, the latest project is The Good of Man, and it has a real story behind it. It's based on a true story. Guys can look it up, of Muhammad Sohail and Long Island, New York. I was working at the time for a NBC affiliate local TV station, and the story came across, man, and it was while working there, they gave me an opportunity to write, because I had some downtime and some free time at the station. So I took that story and it was about 11 years ago I came across that story, and we just ran with the project, and Muhammad Sohail, it touched me in a different way because it showed people in different lights and stuff like that, and that's what I like to. That's why I like to write about, putting people in different situations and getting the understanding of why people do stuff and, how people react in certain situations.
So this came about because you worked at the TV station?
Yeah. It was a news story that went viral, man, and I just looked into it and and reached out to the family. Unfortunately, Muhammad Sohail passed away a few years ago, and I wish he would have lived to be able to see his story. And I tried to get it in time, but it's something we've been working on for a while.
Can you tell that story? I mean, basically, real quick.
Yeah, the story is this guy who owned a local grocery store in the Long Island neighborhood of Shirley, New York. One day he came in, got robbed by a guy, and while in the robbery, they became like kind of friends, and he befriended him, and he actually gave the man groceries and money to feed his family. And then at the end, there's a touching part where the guy actually returned the money to him after he changed his life. So it's just seeing two different people come together in a tough situation and making tough choices of what's right and wrong. That's why the good of man. You find that good inside yourself, and we got some surprises in there, some stuff that'll make you think. And so yeah, we took that story, man, and it turned out great.
I feel great already just hearing that little bit. And that was 11 years ago, huh?
Yeah, we started the project. We started casting 11 years ago. Didn't find the right actors at the time. And then we came together and we shot it. We actually shot the film back in 2014. And then we, being a young filmmaker at the time, I made a lot of mistakes on the production wise. I didn't get a lot of stuff that I wanted. And then then my mentor and former professor, he was like, I think you should revisit that story because it keeps, it's timely. It's still, still tell stuff about what's going on today. And I was like, man, I might want to look at it, as a tune-up thing, and I could actually tune up for some other projects I'm doing and get it right. And I went full-fledged into it and got some great actors, man, this time, and they really hit it out the ballpark, man. I was very pleased at what we got.
How'd you end up at a TV station anyway back then?
It was fresh out of college. Looking for my first job, and I went in, and and I thought that was my way to get in, and which it allowed to open up some more doors and stuff like that, and allowed me to stay in media. And I just went in, applied for it, and got in at the lower level as a audio board operator. And just started working my way up into that until I left, and it was good.
Fascinating to me. I would love to learn all that stuff. So did you I don't know anything really. Did you study cinematography in college and stuff?
Yeah, I went to school for media productions. I actually started before I got to college, and that's another story. I always wanted, that's how I named one of my companies, Pops Films. We had a older cousin in our family who used to go around and just film everything around the family, any kind of get together, anything like that. And he introduced me to cameras. And unfortunately, he passed away also. But I, memorialized him by naming one of my production companies after him, and I put it on every movie that I do. And but he went around and filmed everything. And once I got to college, I was able to film my first film. With a friend, her dad flew me out to Orlando. I had no idea what I was doing, but he knew I wanted to do it. And I actually think I did a pretty good job on the documentary. And then after that, I came back and made a film about steroids and been a football player, and then, doing a film about steroids. They were like, oh, the media ate it up. I don't know. And they ran with it and they blew my name up overnight. I was like, oh, it ain't what
That's
you think. It's just
sensitive material, but
yeah,
important material.
yeah,
Can
yes,
I would love to hear anything you'd like to share about that experience.
Yeah, that'd be great.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But
So,
yeah.
so how'd you end up doing that anyway?
Which one? The story about the
steroids? Yeah.
Yeah. It was just a topic in the news, and I went in and got it was actually a class project, and she was like, all you have to do is take a picture or something. I was like, you know what? I got a better idea. I'm gonna go out and make a whole movie about steroids and stuff, and because that was my topic. It was psychology, I believe, and I just got together some basketball players, some football players, and that's when I first tried to do my acting thing. I was like, nah, this is not for me. And yeah, and I ran with it. And once I transferred to East Carolina University, they knew about the story that I did, and they did an interview with me, and it's like, oh man, this football player made a story about steroids. We want to see it. What's it about? I was like, no, I ain't give no inside information on anything. I said, I just did a general story. So that's what it was.
That is amazing. So your parents, were they always like supportive of all this and stuff? And
yeah, absolutely. My mom just, I was raised by a single mom, and but yeah, she's always been very supportive of what I've done, even though she understands nothing about it. And I've been trying to get her to North Carolina when I got a set together. It still hasn't happened yet. It was supposed to happen this time, but illness got in the way. And but I'm really looking forward to her getting on one of my sets one day and being able to see what her son does.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Mississippi.
Wow.
Meridian, Mississippi.
What was that like growing up in Mississippi?
Growing up, it was we made our way through. I had some challenges that I had to overcome, and I found that I can beat those challenges through football, and it was a point in the senior year where I just almost gave up on it, but I kept going at it, and I got some good advice from people and some good guidance, and the guy was like, man, believe in me, and I'll take you, I'll take you away from these situations and stuff like that, and put you in a better position. And I did. And that coach, you guys might know him, but he was on the Netflix series. What's the JUCO Netflix series?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's off the tip of my tongue.
But yeah,
about coaching.
Yeah,
it's not a comedy or anything, is it? It's like
no, it's a
documentary, right?
Oh,
yeah, reality series.
About JUCO colleges down there. Wow. Buddy Stevens was my coach, and he came in and he said, believe in me, and I can get you out of situations, and I did, and I just took it as far as I can, and I found my way through film, and I had another guy came up to me at the junior college I was at, and We didn't have a film program there. And he brought me in. He was like, I can teach you this, but you're gonna have to really put in the manpower yourself. And that's what I did. I took it and ran with it, and then I got here and in North Carolina, and I had professors behind me and stuff, and and they still support me to this day, even though I graduated over 12 years ago.
That's amazing. God, you've met some really great people.
Yeah, it's
That's
opportunity, man. When you open up your mind to it, and open up people to come in and invite people into your life, man, you'll find some amazing stuff.
bless your heart. It's so hard to see it when you're young sometimes, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. So I see a project called The Kid Named.
Hmm.
I tried to watch it, but I couldn't really watch it. I couldn't. How do I see that?
Well, the kid name is going through the festival circuit right now, so it's not public. But we've gotten into two film festivals in North Carolina, and we're looking to expand into some more. But yeah, we did that project a few years ago with some talented, amazing actors, man. And I mean, I couldn't be more blessed to like go through the casting by myself on that, and to find those guys, then put those guys together. It was amazing. And one of the guys, he was on my set, and that night I had no idea because he couldn't tell me. He was like, "Hey, I just got a bigger project to do tomorrow. Just make sure we get out of here on time and stuff like that." And I was like, "All right, cool." And then come to find out, he's going on the set of Harriet. I'm like, "Oh man."
Wow.
You're on my set, and then you go to a set like Harriet. I mean, it's God.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what can you share about that? We'd love to hear anything.
Yeah. Well, it's another film where it shows about how people act and handle different situations. It's about teen suicide. Talking to a few people about suicide, and thinking about what you go through before you try to push that button. It was hard. It was heartbreaking to hear because I've actually went to some of the classes with the suicide prevention people here in North Carolina, which I didn't know was based like in the city I'm in, and to hear their stories and to hear what they went through, it was touching. It was touching. Somebody needed to speak out, and it's a film about teen suicide and being pushed to the brink of what you think you need to do in that situation. And then at the end there, I have a little important message. That's kind of like what I like to do, put a little important message at the end. And I think we did well with that one. I think we did well by accomplishing what we set out to do.
I like how you are choosing things that are just really hard to deal with.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone has figured anything out on either one of those things.
No, it's very challenging to see, like, to actually touch on some subjects. But like I just tell people, do your research, do a little research, and it'll take you a longer way, because doing a little research and then asking for respect to like ask people in those situations, do they even want that story told? Because some people don't. But like having a light and having a positive image on what it's about, I think, that's what makes a great film, and makes people enjoy it a lot more.
Absolutely. Wow. You definitely got your heart into it. I mean,
Yeah.
you could do a lot of things. I mean,
Yeah.
but you're choosing really challenging things, and I really admire that very, very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I look forward to doing even more. So
Mark has seen a lot of that stuff. Have you ever been involved in any documentaries or anything like that, Mark?
Not that I can remember. It's all been TV and few films, very few films. So, but one thing I wanted to touch on, what is the North Carolina scene to me feels like it's a bunch of people having each other's back compared to like maybe a more cutthroat New York, LA, Chicago, Vancouver, Atlanta, you name it.
Yeah, it's definitely not that because I think one of the great things, one of the great things and bad things about North Carolina is at one point in time we reigned supreme over here on the East Coast. We had a large film community, and it's still growing nowadays. But like we lost it, and I think that's like where people got comfortable at first when we had it, and then when they seen it was taken away, I think they kind of like, oh, back up a little bit. Let's work together and let's keep this thing here as long as we can. And I think that's what a lot of people are doing now. They're gelling together because I'm meeting so many people that knows this person, and I had no idea. And I think the film community is striving, to greatness over here now, especially with a lot of independent projects and with the studios coming back.
That's great to hear. It really is.
Yeah.
So you're going to stick to maybe things like projects that are just more like helpful to the community and stuff like that, and less entertainment based and stuff. Are you doing anything else?
No, we got some stuff coming down the pipeline that's more geared toward entertainment based, and but they're still positive and still like showing stuff in the negative. I mean, showing stuff in a positive light. Like we got like slave films, but I listen to my community, like the Black community. We talk about like, oh, we're tired of seeing slave films and stuff like that. But like, and that's what one of the challenging things I went through before I signed on to this project, which is I'm not the writer in this project, but we're doing a pilot for it, and then we got like a more urban like soap opera coming up that I worked on. Like it's more of a spinoff that we did in 2014, and then I got another pilot that I wrote that's going to be geared more toward like what I do, what I've done in my past, which is football, and taking a doctor in his last year as brothers, and telling two different sides of the story. And it's gonna be creative, man. We got some entertainment stuff coming down, but it's always gonna have a message. And that's what that's why I feel when I like to watch stuff. I like to always have something that I take away, something that I learn. And it can be entertainment. It can be entertaining, man. It doesn't have to be Marvels all the time where you already know the storyline, but it gives you some entertainment and stuff like that.
Sounds like you got a lot on your plate.
Yeah. I'm trying to stay busy because I set a timeline for myself where this was a year where I, go into production with a lot of stuff, and it's more like I've been in pre-production for like the last 2.5 years now. So that's what I've been going through. So
you must have a lot of really great colleagues that you work with. I mean, you got to get a little organized, and is there anyone you really admire that's really helped you push forward on a daily basis, or just someone that just leaped you forward that you'd like to?
Really, my son keeps me motivated, and
I
I even got him in this last film, The Good of Man. But he keeps me motivated to do more, and because I see him overcome things, man, challenges and stuff like that, man. I'm like, I could do more, and that helps push me forward. And but I got a great team around me, a great team of young writers coming up, not young writers, but younger writers, and they're doing a phenomenal job of pushing some content out, and that's just what we're trying to do. We're trying to move toward the series realm of where we keep people working around us and keep people loyal to our projects and stuff like that, so we can push out more content. So
So when you push out content, how do you do that? How do you get your word out?
We're trying to go to like the streaming platforms and stuff like that, which is what we're driving toward. Like everybody else is trying to go to streaming platforms, because networks are a little bit tougher and involve a little bit more and stuff like that. So, and we're actually trying to start our own network, so our own streaming platform.
The way things are going, that's just not really a bad idea,
Not at all.
I mean, it seems to me like the bigger networks are on the way down and the streaming networks
really
are on top now.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything bad about them, but it's kind of like the the legacy media, whatever you want to call it. It's just not really effective.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, you have to stay ahead of the curve. And I think that's what we're trying to do in our camp, and trying to stay ahead of the curve on everybody and trying to keep up with everybody else, because everybody else is doing it. Yeah. So you better get in there with them.
So what platform is really giving you the most attention, the most effective attention?
Okay. Well, I can say that we're with our own project right now. I mean, with our own stuff, we're trying to get involved with Roku. Trying to get involved with them, and and have our own platform on that realm right there, and trying to push out that way. So
they do a lot of real cool stuff. Everything from podcasters to gamers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually really smart, because I have gone into their menu and it's really diverse, it goes in every direction, so that's actually really smart.
I mean, and it gives the creator control, and it don't take a lot of money from you. And I think that's their goal. And being in over 200 countries, I mean, hey,
Mark, call them.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
That is a good idea. That is great.
Yeah.
So the other two things, what else did you work on? I thought I saw something else and I lost track of it. Oh, Mark sent me a bunch of stuff, but anyway, is there anything else you want to talk about that you're working on, like right now?
Right now, I'm getting ready for a music video from an up and coming artist. That's Sony's looking at, and we're looking to get that video done here in the next few weeks.
Can you name the artist?
No. Yes, Destiny Renee. Destiny Renee. She's an artist out of North Carolina, and she's up and coming. And she's hot. She's hot. She's gonna be a star. And
North Carolina is on fire.
You're hot.
I know it, man. I know it, and I love it, man. And people are like, "Oh, come back to Mississippi." And I'm like, I got so much going on right here.
What brought you to North Carolina? Getting accepted in East Carolina University, or?
Yeah, that brought me.
Wow, what a stroke of luck there!
I know. I couldn't turn it down, and then I met my wife here, and just laid roots here, and just started a family here, man. And like I didn't know how big the community was. All they said was all they told me who was alumni of the school, and I was like, oh, I'm in. Wow. Once they said Sandra Bullock,
everything fell right into place for you.
Yeah, I was in. I was so.
Oh, did you say Sandra Bullock went there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Vince McMahon and
Vince McMahon of the WWE. Yeah.
Yeah. So once they were telling me all this stuff, I was like, oh, I'm in, man.
Yeah.
And I seen their program and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna follow there.
Well, wait till they say, hey, T.J. Harper went here.
Hey, I know, right? I know. I just made it to the website too, man. So I was feeling.
Oh, that's great.
And a music video could go anywhere. I mean, are you like driving the subject matter? I mean, you're writing on how to shoot the video and stuff? What's your role in all that?
No, I'm actually the director on that, and just taking she gave me an idea, as of course many people who are not on this side of the camera, they just give you an idea and just go with it. So it was fun, man, because I was able to use my imagination, and we got UFOs and aliens and stuff, man. It's gonna be nice. You just got to take it and run with it and be creative, man. That's what you love to do.
That's great.
Just somebody just say, take it here.
That's my kind of stuff. I'm gonna like that video. That's gonna be great. I can't wait now.
It's a lot going into that, man. So, but they're down and they're working real hard on choreography and all of that stuff. So we're looking forward to that.
Wow. Well, you got so many things behind you, and you got this great video you're doing right now.
Yeah.
So what's next? What's ahead? You got anything cooking?
Yeah, keep cooking, man. Like I said, pilot season coming up, and we're trying to get ahead of that, and we're trying to push for that. And then, I got a couple things scheduled for the next year, so I got to get scheduling down for it. So let's pray that go. I'm gonna do my feature here coming up shortly by next year, and then we're gonna do. I think we're gonna try to do a stage play first to gain some awareness. I got some crazy ideas that I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try in smaller theaters just to see if it works. I've never been in theater, but I want to, and I just want to try it out. I'm an artist, so I just like to try different things and try to see what works. And I'm down for a challenge at all times.
I would love to try that stuff. I was always into music, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sounds so good. That sounds so fun.
You gotta get out there, man. It's fun, man. It's fun just being creative, man. Just when somebody say be creative, like, man, I'm down. Anything.
And what's so great about you that strikes me about you is you found out at a relatively young age that no, you want to be on the other side. You don't want to be an actor.
Yeah.
That's great.
It didn't take me long. It did not take me long.
Because you definitely have a look to get a lot of parts, I think, as an actor. Man. But
you sure? You're pretty handsome. You sure?
I know.
Hey,
sure that was maybe one day. Maybe
one day.
Once the T.J. Harper show rolls off.
I'm from Mississippi, and my dialect come in, and they like.
I see what you're saying. The Mississippi dialect.
Yes, it's just. Man, but and I hate the sound of my voice. I never watch anything I do, but
Oh, maybe your kids will get into something like that or something down.
Yeah, I hope he finds enjoyment in it. He really liked being on set, and he was a bright spot that day on set. So,
oh man, yeah, I think I'm gonna talk my kid into doing that too.
Right now I'm at the age where I can tell him to go do it, but once he starts making his own decisions, it's up to
him. How old is your son?
He's he actually turned 8 years old tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. You. Awesome. Wow.
That's great.
You have a birthday party to do.
Yeah, I do, man. Whew, man, I do.
That's just awesome. So you seem to just do so much work for your community. What's behind that? I mean, what's driving you on all that, really?
Just growing up in a family that was always behind each other. That was always supportive of anything. Let's say kid graduated from first grade, everybody's there. Anytime anything, struggle go on, everybody rallies up and comes together with each other. And it wasn't easy when I got here. When I got here, I didn't know anybody. Not one lick of family was around, and I just wanted that camaraderie that I had at home. And I think when you find genuine people around you that get behind you and really trust in what you do, and really fall in love with not only your work but like who you are as a person, really helped out a lot. So, that's all it is just having that group of people around you that genuinely care for you and think about you, and, that enjoys who you are before you even present them anything else. So
that's amazing. That's really profound. And again, you take something like steroids, which is just, I don't even know, which way you went on that, but people, especially today, are almost always going to face something like that,
yeah,
and teenage suicide, that's even harder,
yeah,
Really,
yeah,
it is.
and plus the story about where the criminal just, the guy being robbed sees some goodness in
yeah,
the guy's face, the guy with the gun somehow,
yeah.
and talks him out of it somehow, and it's just
Mhm.
like, your stuff is just really just like uplifting, like, so much that I just hope that you can get your stuff shared out more. I
Thank
mean,
you.
yeah,
I
I mean,
agree.
whatever we can do. I mean,
Yeah,
come back whenever anything new happens, and
yeah.
we'd like to
For
push all
sure.
this stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I love to be back, man. But and that's that's my whole mission in life, man. Just to either one of those, man, is just seeing the good in people, to you know, you may come up with me and I'm a tall, big guy with tattoos everywhere. You might get a different perspective of who I am without even talking to me. But like, it's my mission in life to show you that I'm a good person, and I can care for you just whether you can care for me or care for my brother just like you care for anything. And that's the mission in life, man. That's the golden rule. That's
Yeah.
the golden rule. Sometimes we forget about the golden rule, and we go our separate ways with different things, man. But like, I follow that. My mom taught me that. Like she really did teach me that kind of stuff. And to have compassion for people, to show love to people when people don't have anything to offer you. Just to see that good in a person. And at any time, it really brings me back to how she raised us. She raised us well, and to have that mentality.
So you have siblings.
Yeah. I have one sister by my mom, and I have a few brothers and sisters by my dad, and but we was always raised, together, like, just be there for one another, no matter what kind of argument you had or no kind of disagreement or anything like that. It's just be there for each other. At the end of the day, that's who you got, the people around you. So
That's awesome. I think they'll be really happy, seeing how great things are going for you, and it's
yeah,
just, it's hard when families are just kind of scattered up too. That's how my family is,
yeah.
just kind of scattered up all over the place. But thank goodness we can, do online things like that. So
Yeah.
how did the change in the world, the whole more online thing, just kind of, did that,
It it
how was the before and after affected you? I don't even want to
it
say the word.
Yeah.
it helped out a lot, man, because and I always just tell people, like, I just couldn't imagine what they went through, like, in the 90s, 80s, 70s. You just had a phone. When you're missing someone, like, I can see you, and I can see, it's a different tone. My mom always taught us to read tones on people's voices and stuff. But like, having that face to face, I can really see what you're thinking, and I read that kind of stuff, and I feed off of that kind of stuff, and it's helped a lot with family. It's helped a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, is there anyone you'd like to thank? I know your mom, of
Yeah.
course. You keep talking
Mhm.
about her. Do you have any other mentors?
Yeah. I've been grateful enough to have a lot of people come into my life and to help propel me. My professor, Eric Green. I mean, he's been there, and he's motivated me to keep going with stuff. Even when stuff got tough, he was able to show me different things. He even, um, he's a teacher out here at ECU, and then he'll go in the summertime and teach at USC. And he'll actually bring me to class out there. You know, I'll fly to LA and come to USC classes over the summer, and got a certificate from that. And you know, I would like to thank him, man. He was a big part of my life, for, you know, that keep me going, and we work together still to this day. You know, he's my DP, and he love it. And, you know, he's been doing this, you know, for 30 years now. So
I love when God helps people with good intentions.
Yes, good brother,
It's heartwarming.
Yeah, he's been very beneficial in my life. So
that's so beautiful. Well, you seem very blessed, you know, and you look really happy, and just wish you great success, and make sure you come back. Mark, you got anything else?
No, we're looking forward to the future of TJ Harper. We really appreciate this opportunity.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I really do. I know when Ron told me about you guys, man, I had to look you guys up, and I was like, man, look, anytime I'm able to talk, like I told you guys in the first message, I was like, anytime I'm able to talk shop, man, it gets me up.
That's right. He did say that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's later.
We love talking
man,
shop, Brian. I could talk shop.
I don't care, man. I'm down for it, man. I'm always down for it.
Well, you just keep in touch. You're always invited back. Okay.
Okay.
And best of luck on your projects, and anything new comes up, please hit us up.
And as always, make sure to share this out. Make sure to subscribe on our YouTube platform. You can look for the Blue Moon logo, and everyone listening, make sure to comment, like, because that's what that's what the algorithm's like, is people commenting, sharing, and we got such a great platform, such a great podcast that many people can benefit from. Brian would agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything you want to share out, an Instagram, a Facebook, anything you want to put out into the open air?
Yeah, you can follow me on Facebook at TJ Harper. And on Instagram and Twitter, I'm at TheRealTJ Harper. But yeah, across all platforms, man. Please subscribe.
Yeah, we'll share it out in the description too.
Yeah.
And we love to see that short film. So as soon as that happens, please come back.
All right, I will, man. I want you guys to do a review for me, man, and just tell me how it was.
Oh,
man.
we will.
So, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
All right.
That's great. Mark 2.0.
Much love.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.